Welcome to our tub. Come on in. It's warm inside, and there's always room for more.
This podcast contains adult material and is intended for mature audiences only. If you're under 18, grab your rubber ducky and find another tub. This one's not for you. Hello and welcome back in the tub for episode 206. I'm Mr. Berg.
And I'm Mrs. Berg.
And this week, well, there's not going to be all that much conversation from us as we're recording this intro and getting all of this done. We just returned from AVN, our first trip. We're not going to really discuss a lot of that as that'll be the future and its own episode.
Yes.
But this week, we are joined by now, as this interview was happening, as we recorded the interview, she was a nominee, both XBiz and AVN. And, well, that changed at those two shows. She is now the XMA XBiz MILF Creator of the Year 2026 award. And she is part of what was at AVN the best new production brand with Wifey series. If you go back, we have had a few of the beautiful performers from Wifey join us.
Yes.
And there's a few more on the way. We did have the pleasure of meeting quite a few new people at AVN. I think that's one of the things that we kind of will and kind of discuss. We had the opportunity to meet past guests that we had only met via Zoom, met through the computer. That was really great.
Yes.
Had the opportunity to meet new people and discuss upcoming interviews. And throughout, there were points throughout the convention, and I think we both looked at each other and were like, what the fuck? There were performers that stopped us and introduced themselves to us.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? And again, that's kind of, warming to us. And at the same time, that holy shit, like you know who we are.
Right.
I mean, as we look, we have been doing this for 4 years. Yes, we've really only been exoticas, but to be at a stage like AVN with the amount of performers there and some of them that approached us.
Right.
Or reached out, and as we were walking by, literally one performer we met back in New Jersey and had a conversation, reached out to us as we were walking by a booth and tapped my arm and said, hey, we got to get together, we'll get it figured out. It was like, oh shit, in this crowd of hundreds of freaking people, to just be stopped. And, this performer is an AVN Hall of Famer. Has been around for 30 years.
Yes.
Great person. Just from our interactions. But reached out to us and said, hey, we got to get together. So that's some of the real kind of big takeaways. Even
someone new to us who reached out to his PR agent who then...
Yeah. When we literally got a text from a PR agent while at AVN saying, hey, go to this booth because this guy wants to meet you and he wants to be on the show. And it was fun. He was really cool. So there is going to be an AVN show in the future. And that one will be some of what we talked about. It will be 2-tiered. There will be the audio only. And then there will be a video launch. As we did our interviews while at AVN, we did video record them. So jumping into the video side as well. So stay tuned for that. Still working out a few kinks with that.
As there always are.
Yeah. Biggest is trying to figure out how to edit video.
Mm-hmm.
Not off of my cell phone of us getting freaky. I kind of figured that out. But really kind of, expanding that. As far as where that will be, YouTube definitely. We did have a conversation with someone else while we were in Vegas in regards to another platform that does both video and audio. And so kind of having some conversations there where it may also be on that platform that is industry positive. They're open to industry media. A lot less red tape and censorship that needs to go on. So
a lot less gray areas.
Yes, and that's definitely important. We want to make sure that it's getting put out there correctly. So again, definitely positives from this trip. We will talk more about that here in an upcoming episode. And just for a first time outside of trying to get home with the weather and these storms that put us really behind a full whole day, having to change flights and move flights because of this insane snow in the eastern side of the country. Gosh, once we got home, it was...
We were waiting for the penguins to waddle by, weren't we?
Yeah, and trying to dig out some. Here we were well over a foot. We were, 14 to 16 inches all around where we are here in Western Pennsylvania. And now, as we record this, they're calling for another few inches overnight.
Lovely.
So hopefully this is the last of it. we got our...
Probably not.
Yeah, we got our fair share of it here this year so far. But enough of all that. Now it's time to take a break. And when we come back, hop right into the conversation with this beautiful woman. She shares her story coming from, once again, another professional career, lifestyle that went from shooting some amateur stuff with her and her husband to top creator of the year.
Diving full on into
and just,
everything.
and just a great personality. Just a great person. Unfortunately, she was one we were messaging back and forth throughout AVN, and we were never able to catch up with.
Right.
It is a big space. There's a lot going on. So it was one that we definitely tried, and unfortunately, we were not able to meet up with. But you'll see it in this interview. She is just such a great, genuine person, and love the opportunity to speak with her. So, again, we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, Serenity Cox is going to hop into the tub with us for a conversation.
This episode is brought to you by Cassidy.com. Have you ever wished there was an all-encompassing way to find sexy, like-minded people in your area? Well, Cassidy has hit that on the head. The Cassidy platform brings the best of sexy social media, profile searches, rendezvous, party calendars, and travel all into one. Find and make new friends, share your naughtiest of pictures with select friends in your Backstage Pass, and plan your next naughty encounter all at once. Follow the Cassidy link in our tub to try it out free for 30 days. When you join, you'll be added to our community to get some early sneak peeks. You'll also be first to know where you may find us out and about.
All right. Welcome back into the tub as we are joined by a very special guest in this part of the episode once again. In just a few short years after leaving her 16-year career in the healthcare field, this content creator and performer has racked up multiple award nominations and wins. She's an advocate for CNM and open about sexual positivity and health, both within the industry and out. As she continues to grow her name and her brand, working for some of the top studios within the industry, those award nominations and wins are sure to continue to keep growing. Please take a minute and welcome Serenity Cox to the tub today. Good evening. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Oh, and again, thank you very much for taking time out of a really, what is a busy time of the year within the world of award shows and conventions and everything. As we record this, we are right at the beginning of X3 and XBiz and AVN and just an insane 2 weeks. So we appreciate.
That's right.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate taking some time out for us. So as we kind of get comfortable and get ready to start this conversation and journey, can you let the listeners know where can they find you online and on social media?
Oh, yeah, of course. So we'll start with the safest. So my Instagram is serenitycox.official. And a little bit less safe is my X account, which is Serenity Cox TO. And then you can also just find me by searching me under Serenity Cox online with my OnlyFans or my Pornhub. They'll all come up.
The world of Google searches.
Oh, and I am obligated to say you can find me on any of the Vixen channels. That's a good contract. Sorry, I have to plug that site as well.
Hey, no, nothing wrong with that. We get that for sure. And why not? So just again, other places, plenty of places for fans, for listeners, for new people out there to find and learn more about you that they will not coming up today.
I always appreciate that.
Yeah. So as we said, kind of in the intro, not a very long time. I guess amateur-wise, you got into the industry in around 21.
Yeah.
Correct? And then pro was 24? Was that your first pro show? Okay. So, and we do like to, as we say to listeners, we have to do research. It's a tough job. I mean, but somebody has to do it. So when you made that transition and said, hey, guess what? I'm going to kind of get out of the healthcare world and look to delve into this. What was that driving force? What was that factor that said, hey, let's go?
So they overlapped for a long time. It wasn't a sudden decision that I made. When I first started, of course, it was just amateur stuff and it was just, here and there. And then as that became more successful, it started taking a little bit more of my time. And then I found that by 2024, it was becoming a little bit challenging to balance both the shift work and this rapidly growing career in the adult industry. And I kind of had to make a decision to be like, what's more important to me right now and what's going to be the most beneficial to my to my health and my life. And I thought, you know what, let's do something that's fun, that feeds my my mental health in a positive way, that allows me to, sleep at night and be awake during the day and just have a better work-life balance, which I'd never really had doing the shift work for so many years. So it was a really difficult decision, but I chose the career path that was just healthier for me, and which was the adult industry.
And there's absolutely nothing wrong with what you said, like the shift work. And Mrs. previously, well, actually Mrs. now does, she's been in healthcare for quite a while, and had done this shift work. And it starts to drain you.
Yeah, it's tough to do it long term. And I mean, a lot of people do. They'll do it for their life. If I hadn't found the adult industry, I'd still be doing it.
Sure.
And it is a very rewarding career, but it is a taxing career.
It's a very unforgiving, very unforgiving,
What's that?
very unforgiving to the mind and the body.
Yes, it is true. So I was just fortunate to have another avenue presented to me. And it is difficult, though, to leave something that you've been doing for so many years and something that's really become part of you and like part of your everyday life. And the team, the relationships that you make, and it's just such a big part of your identity. So it's hard to, that was just why I overlapped them for so long, because it's hard to leave something like that. But then again, in the end, I decided this is better for me, and completely giving up nursing and focusing on this, because I know there's a limited timeline in the adult industry. I mean, I'm 41 already. I know people do this for many, many years, but it can also stop, instantly. There's no guarantee that I'll still be doing this a year from now. So I thought, while I'm doing well, I may as well put everything into it and just enjoy this ride while I can, with no limitations, really.
Sure. And the fact, as was said as well, you're definitely an advocate for consensual non-monogamy, which is, so we've always used the wording ethical non-monogamy. Pretty much the same thing. From the hot wife lifestyle, which is essentially one of the webs, air quotes, of the swingers lifestyle. So you already had that sexual positivity and openness just within that lifestyle.
Yes. So it kind of, we only started delving into this hot wife consensual non-monogamy lifestyle 2020, like a year before we started doing content. So it was very much all part of the same journey. Because very early on in us exploring this, we started recording it.
Yeah, everybody does. Yeah.
Putting it out there. So it's like, we were also very new to it. So it was kind of fun for us to be putting the baby steps and the early steps of us kind of figuring this out, and kind of celebrating it and putting it out there for other people to watch as well. So it was just sort of a little extra spice to that journey, and just also just showing people, how much fun people can have in this type of lifestyle, right?
And yeah, because it is, again, we talked a little bit before we started recording, that is, now there is more of that. There is some more openness within at least the country with that, and openness on sexuality and positivity. There's still a big stigma with it. So to be able to share, hey, look at the fun, the bonding of a couple that you have to have is huge.
I think in the beginning, we didn't, even though we were putting it online, we weren't sharing it with people in our personal life. And I think if we hadn't kind of been outed through our content, I think that would have been really difficult, because there is so much stigma, as you said, even though it is more accepted now and there are bigger communities, and, through online platforms and forums, like you can connect with people, like, organizations that'll bring, events and bring people together. It was still difficult to tell people in our day-to-day life. Now, most people know because they've all seen us online and it's all gone over quite well. But I think that was the push that made us have these conversations with people, which kind of out of our hands. They found our content and then they approached us about it. So I don't know, it's still hard. Like, I don't think we would have had these conversations and started these dialogues if we hadn't been found out through our content. So I'm really glad that it happened that way, and I'm glad that we started having these conversations, and we've become a lot more confident, a lot more open about what we're doing. But there was sort of a push behind it that wasn't really started just from us.
And well, I mean, from our side too, we can it makes total sense, because we really have. The show has helped that. We have friends now that it's like they know of the lifestyle and they're like, that's cool. And I'm like, what?
There was also an accidental.
Oh, yeah. I screwed up with one of the social media when I started a Facebook for the show. I became friends with it in my personal Facebook page, and people were like, "Hey, who's this? What's this?" And I'm like, "Oops." but and the reality is, I think there was one friend that was like, "You're freaking disgusting." Mm-hmm. Everybody else is like, "That's cool." That's like, we didn't lose friends over it. People had more questions. Mm-hmm. It really opened up more dialogue about, sexual positivity at the end of the day with people that, we knew through our son and through being a soccer coach and all of, and now is what it is. We just recently actually put our faces out on social media. For 4 years of doing this show, we did not show our faces. Mm-hmm. And we've gotten to the point, it's like, guess what? This is us.
What it is, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So why
it's
not?
Kind of liberating, though, right?
Yes, very, very much so.
Yeah, and that's I was thankful in a way that we were kind of waiting, holding off on telling people, and then eventually something came out and a bunch of people found out, and as much as we were like, oh shit, we were also like, thank God, like now we can talk about this. We needed that push to just do it, and once we started talking, we didn't stop talking.
and yeah, exactly. So, from that standpoint, just to be an advocate, it really helps. As I said, we use the word stigma because there is such a stigma in the adult industry, within sex work itself, which, there is a point where I've told people, I'm like, it's their job. I'm like, they just have the benefit that people pay to see them nude and to see them having sex. I work in a restaurant. I'm a chef. People pay for me to cook them food. But then at the end of the day, we put our clothes on, we get a shower, we come back home, and we have to vacuum and wash clothes, and that's all it is. It's a career.
Yeah. And I also, I know, my industry and my lifestyle are all kind of intertwined, but as far as the lifestyle, I have to remind people, when I say I'm an advocate for consensual non-monogamy, I'm not telling everybody that's the way they have to, that's the best way to have a relationship. Some people, monogamy works beautifully for you and it's a beautiful thing. And some people, non-monogamy, it's just, there's no one right way. One way isn't better than the other. Everybody's so unique and functions and has relationships in their own unique ways. And one isn't better than the other, and that's all I'm an advocate for.
But yes, you're absolutely right. It's about not suppressing any thoughts. It's about more, I think, the openness of having those conversations. You're like, Mrs., for example, as we kind of went through the journey, our first experience and the first time she was with a woman, she had always went in and I'm curious. The morning after that first experience, she goes, yeah, I'm fucking bi. But it wouldn't have gotten there if we wouldn't had just those conversations. Hey, maybe there is something, and be open and understanding and just listen.
And isn't it so much fun to have those discoveries together and to be able to share those things and learn things about yourself and your partner? It's just a journey, and it's always happening and always evolving.
Yeah. I mean,
even still, after 15 years in the lifestyle, there's still things. I mean, over the last couple of years, even going to Exoticas, it was.
You find new things.
Yeah.
It was maybe a no. It was definitely a no. But now it's maybe okay. Well, and again, you meet so many like-minded people that we essentially have lifelong friends. Because it's open-minded and positive.
I have to say, before, so just this past year it was my first experience in any kind of swingers lifestyle events. So my husband and I, we were a hot wife couple, but we were very private in, even though we shared it with the world, we were private in our meeting. We would, find people, a single guy, and we would hook up with a single guy. We never went to sex clubs or swingers parties until I got connected with Wifey Channel and then became their brand ambassador. And they're like, we want to promote this brand in lifestyle events. We're sending you and your husband. And so they sent us to all of these actual swingers lifestyle events. And so this year, 2025, was my first experience in these communities. And it was mind-blowing how fun and friendly people were. It's such a cool experience. And there wasn't a huge, maybe hot wife, like, specific group, but people didn't care. Like, they were just like, everybody just wants to talk to you and tell you their story and just happy to find people who are their people, kind of thing. And it was just, it was so refreshing. We went to New Orleans.
Did you go to Naughty? Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
We have not made that.
First one.
We've heard such great things, and again, like the group of people there, it's friends. Everybody has a common interest, but again, you have different, your swingers lifestyle. There's so many, because you have kink, you have hot wife, you have cuckold, you have there's something for everybody. And it's a matter of finding that throughout the journey. And there are some fun places, great times. I know we went to Exotica Miami this year. First time we had gone down there, and we're like, you know what? Afterwards, we were going to Secrets, which is a swingers lifestyle resort outside of Orlando, Florida.
Oh, yeah, I've heard a lot about this one.
Loved it. It was great. They have their rooms in the resort. Some, like, they're privately owned, and people theme them out. They're like, it was phenomenal. It was a great time. We've been up to Toronto, to a club in Toronto, which was a blast. It was phenomenal. A great club.
Do you remember which club it was?
The X Club.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. The X Club was great. We went up there. We had friends that played that were the DJs the one night. Nice. I mean, we had the chance. We sat down and we talked with Jake, the owner. He's an awesome guy. Yeah. It was just fun people. And we didn't play. We didn't hook up with anybody, but we just had a blast having some drinks and bullshitting and making new friends.
Yeah.
And even the difference between the States and there.
Oh, you did the Bliss.
Yeah. And it was also, we were sent there by Wifey, and they were like, just, do promotion and social media stuff and whatever. So we're kind of working, and we hooked up a little bit, but not mostly. We're mostly working, but we still had such a blast, just like you said, just making friends, meeting people, just hearing what everybody had experienced, or everybody's experiences on previous Bliss cruises. When they find out it's your first time, they're like, oh my goodness, it's your first Bliss cruise, let me tell you about all the cruises I've been on. And they, like, the people were so incredible.
Yeah. Well, that's the groups. Like, we've been asked numerous times, and we still have not made it out to Hedonism in Jamaica. And people are like, you got it, because it's a blast. We have friends that literally go out there with a tour group, and they're entertainers and DJs. And they're like, you just have got to say, screw it, you're freaking coming, because it's a blast. And it's just good people. And we have parties at the house. We do a couple big parties a year here, and it's family and it's friends. The thing is, half of those friends are swingers. But the rest of family, they don't know that. And I think some of the misconception is too, oh, you're a swinger, or you're consensual, whatever it is. Oh, you're always going to be trying to get in somebody's pants. And no, that's not, guess what? Boundary, respect, and consent are huge. And if we know you're not into it, no, that's cool. We respect that from you. We're not going to try to get in your pants.
And I think this community is the most well-versed in consent and communicating yes or no.
Yep. The 3 C's of the lifestyle. Communication, consent, and coming.
I was wondering what the third C was.
I mean, you know what? It's the progression steps. I'm like, that's the way it works. So from the ambassador for Wifey, we have, we know you guys had a great booth at New Jersey Exotica. So were you there in New Jersey?
I was there.
And so that is another one. We have had an interview previously, and she was there as well with Wifey. Oh my gosh, Lorraine.
Oh, Lorraine
was just on the was just previously on the show. She was awesome, and we know we saw her because you guys were right there with the people from Cassidy, which we know very well. Maria May was there. Maria's been on the show a few times. Love her to death. Her and Jeff are awesome.
That was the first time I met her. That was awesome. She's so cool, and her husband too.
Yeah. So what is, like, has that helped you from being with such a close-knit group, it seems like, within the wifey world?
What do you mean?
Well, and I guess, so in talking with them, it's, hey, there's that group from wifey.com. We talk on a regular basis. We support each other. Like, it seems like a very close-knit group, which some other performers we've talked to, some of the industry has spread away just from the way the world has changed. Back in the 90s, the 2000s, you had big productions, and we've had performers say we were like family because we were together. We were doing these productions. We were together for 2 or 3 weeks or a month filming a movie where, like, the wifey group just seems like that family atmosphere more than any other group we may have talked to.
I think it's in a different way.
Okay.
I think girls who film with wifey feel a connection with each other, and it's because they know they share the same, I guess, sort of dynamic, and it's hard to explain, but when we don't all see each other in person. It's not always like some of the girls who live closer, they do, but we communicate online, or it feels like you need to support them and bring them up because it's really brave to go on wifey because it's not just a porn shoot. There's a whole interview portion where you're telling intimate details about your life and your relationship with your partner, and you're putting you and your partner out there and sharing with other people. And so it's a brave thing to do, and you're doing it to sort of show other people who have like relationships that it's okay and we're celebrating this. So every new person who comes on there, you kind of want to cheer them on and be like, yes, you're doing it too. You're putting yourself out there. You're showing people that this is a beautiful, loving relationship that has some really sexy aspects to it. So there's a kind of connection that way. A lot of people will, reach out to me when they're either getting ready to go on the show, or if they did the show just like through Twitter or something, and say like, hey, I did a wifey. And then I've been keeping in touch with a lot of them just virtually, just online, because we talk about shared experiences, we talk about shared lifestyles. So, and then when we meet at a convention, often I've never met these women before in my life, but you just feel this bond, and it is something very unique, which I've filmed for other channels. I've filmed for MILF, Blacked, but those, a lot of other performers have filmed for those channels, and you don't feel a connection with them unless you've been in a production with them. But these girls, it's something just really different, and it's that realness about it.
Yeah. And we even said when we were talking to Lorraine, and we talking to Maria as well, what really kind of stood out with that group in New Jersey Exotica is we had kind of went back and we were grabbing something to eat real quick, and the whole booth came. Husbands and wives, everybody, tables were put together, and everybody sat down and ate dinner together on Saturday night. As a group, I'm like, you know what? That is fucking support. And like, it was just one of those bonding things that I'm like, we've been going to Exotica for over 8 years. We've never seen that before. And from a company standpoint and person standpoint, that stood out so much to me, of that, what we try to portray here in having you on the show as well. We're normal people. You guys are normal people. You sat down and had a family dinner, essentially, as a group.
Yeah.
It's great. It shows so much character and just the group strength.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you there. And I'm glad you noticed that. And I'm glad you said that, because it's so true. It's something really special and something unique with that group. Yeah,
it definitely was.
It's a camaraderie.
Yeah. No, and again, it's awesome that you're able to be in with the group. And earlier on, mental health, the word mental health was brought up, was mentioned. that is such a stigma within the industry that we always like to talk about. So from a mental health standpoint, what is keeping yourself grounded look like off camera? What brings you to level?
I think, everybody in the industry comes from a different place and everybody has a different journey into it. So, my mental health would be different from somebody else's. I can't speak for how anybody else deals with the industry. Personally, I think what has helped me is that I didn't enter this industry until I was 36, 37 years old. I had, set myself up, lived a life, had a career, was stable, and didn't jump into it. I need to be cautious about my wording because I don't want to downplay how
I was going to say I know where you're going. There's a level of maturity, and it's mental maturity. I think is and that's coming from me. There's it's not physical maturity, but I think being centered with yourself in your late 30s is different than 18 when it's quote unquote legal.
Yeah, and I've said many times before that when I look at myself in my 20s, at 18, there's no way I would have been prepared or even interested in this industry. And again, even my journey into it was very safe and very slow, and made sure I kept my nursing career until even now I'm keeping up. Like, I'm not working as a nurse, but I'm still keeping up with my license, and I have a plan to fall back on. My husband has a plan to fall back on, so we're being very safe about it. So I think I know that I'm safe financially, and safe to make certain moves, and B, the way I manage my time, making sure that I take time for myself and I don't put everything into my career. I sort of compartmentalize. I box my career into one. It is my life, and it's also, because we're filming our real sex life as well. So it is our life and our career intermingled, but we make sure that we check in with each other, my husband and I, and we take time away from it, turn off the screens, turn off the computers, turn off the cameras, and we have us time as well. So we have conversations about this to make sure there's boundaries, and we separate and make sure there's time just for us. Because I know a lot of people have brought up that it can be difficult when you're making your sex life and your relationship into a business, and that can be taxing on your relationship or your personal life. But we always make time that we have these conversations, and we just take time away and spend a lot of time with just the two of us as well.
And burnout is a thing, especially in this day and age of technology where everything is on your phone at a fingertip. There has to be, you have to be able to shut that switch off and not be Serenity for a little bit. Really, that's what how you can be able to do that and stick to it. Yeah, and it helps a lot that I do this with my husband. I'm not on my own in this industry. Mm-hmm. Even though I'm the face of it, he's he's like right there at my side, and we do all of the back end stuff, all of the business we do together. And I could see how I could get overwhelmed by the OnlyFans messages don't stop coming in, the comments on Instagram and Twitter, the things don't stop. There's always demand to put out more videos. But we can manage that and still manage time away from that. So we just make an effort to turn off once in a while. Awesome. And that again, that helps with that mental well-being and being able to get out of that persona, for lack of, I mean, that's what it comes down to. So off camera, what is it that you enjoy doing? What's a break from recording for you and your husband when you have your time for you? You know what? We're just such very average people, which is the best. Oh yeah. We just, we spend time with our friends and our family, and we'll go on trips, or we'll go on little road trips around the city. We've been so busy for so many years in our other careers
that we're, I guess, just a year and a half into this being our primary career, that we're just being, I wouldn't say lazy, but we're just enjoying the calmness, I guess, outside of this.
Absolutely nothing wrong with that. It's such a fast-paced world and life. I mean, we're kind of the same way. I have a career during the day. I leave my office, or I get back if I'm not traveling with it, and I got roped into opening and running a restaurant 7 years ago. So I work there at night, and I mean, it's just constant. And I am bad with like saying, hey, we need to take time. And I've tried to get to that point. It's been 25 was a rough year for us. Between medical issues and surgeries that I went through all year, family members passing. And I literally was to the point, I'm like, guess what? We need us time. We're going to AVN. We're going to Vegas for a freaking week. I don't care. And like at the restaurant, they're like, well, we got this and this. And I'm like, don't give a shit. You got to enjoy life at some point. So,
yeah.
Yep. And that's where that shift work, like you said, comes in. You did that for so long, and now you don't. And it's like, all right, you know what?
Yeah,
I'm just going to enjoy.
We're still kind of stunned by the time that we have. So yeah, we don't do too much. We actually our neighbors. We live in Toronto, and there's lots of neighbors all around us. We're in the city, and we know them all quite well. And when they're all going to work and off in the morning, we're sitting there on our porch with our coffees, and they're like, "You guys,
yeah. See when you get home. Yeah, have a good one.
Just smile and wave.
Yep. Yeah.
No, we're just enjoying right now.
Yep. It's just like that the Penguin movie, Madagascar. Just smile and wave. Just smile and wave, and that's it.
Yeah. No, we're not guilty. We put some time into the rat race.
Yeah. So we had talked a little bit about Exotica and just kind of, seeing how that group worked. So when it comes to conventions, as we said, award season and the shows and all that are coming up. Will you be in attendance at, do you have a plan for the conventions throughout 2026? XBiz and AVN. I'm going to be kind of in and out, but I'm not doing any big signings. Okay. There's no Vixen or Wifey booth at these two conventions. I think we'll be back for Exotica, but not XBiz and AVN. There's a lot of events that I'll be attending, and there's a lifestyle Hot Wife Night that I'll be attending. That is
kind of hosting.
I was going to say, yes, we did see that. We got an invitation for that on Cassidy. We are, Cassidy. We're ambassadors for Cassidy. And we're listed as a registered podcast, lifestyle podcast through them as well. So we did see that, and I'm like, maybe we will. We get in town on Sunday. We're staying Sunday through Sunday. So that is definitely there at AVN. And even Lorraine had said something when we spoke with her. I'm like, yeah, you know what? We'll check it out. Maybe we do pop in and check it out, because I believe that is at Playhouse LV.
Yeah. And a lot of the wifey girls are going to be going. They've sent us all the invite and highly suggested that we show up. So I'm always, if I hear there's going to be a bunch of wifey girls there, I know I want to go.
Nice.
But otherwise just going to be, not
the Exoticas really year. Probably. So, and so is wifey going to be at all the Exoticas, or is that still up in the air? You're not sure?
So I think they're for sure doing Chicago in the
April.
Springtime.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's a fun one. Chicago
that was my
is
first Exotica. It was so much fun.
Yeah, Chicago is a just the setup. We enjoy the way Chicago is set up because we stay in the host hotel. You walk across the Sky Bridge. You're right there. You're in. Mm-hmm. The hotel is nice. It really is. We enjoy that location.
Yeah. So probably a wifey reunion there.
Nice.
But yeah, I don't know. As far as more shows and conventions after that, I kind of just decide as they come.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. As wifey tells me to to show up.
And again, I mean, and there's nothing wrong with that, because you go out, you get to meet your fans, you get to see everyone else that you're working with or that within the wifey world. So what is there anything else? Kind of maybe you can give a peek under the hood, some new things on the horizon that might be coming in the next few months.
Ooh, well, I'm still, I mean, my main gig is my amateur stuff that I do here at home, which is always going to be just,
Yeah.
I don't want to say the same, but just the fun lifestyle things that we film. But with Vixen, I will say I'm going to be shooting for one of their channels I haven't shot for yet. And it's going to be a big one coming up. They don't like me. They're so secretive. They don't like me to say.
No, and we totally get that. But guess what? There's something new on the horizon. That's it.
Coming.
Social media. Click the follow button, and you'll know when it hits social media. See, that's it.
Yeah.
Awesome. So definitely some things going on. You know, again, award season, XBiz, AVN. Best of luck to you in those.
Thank
You know,
you.
with the nominations that you have. And just so many things on the horizon for you. You know, we can tell just from this conversation that we had that what you're doing, you enjoy, you love. You've been smiling the whole time we've been talking because just
thinking
enjoying
about
it.
all of the things to come, all of the things I've done, and I'm just in a really good place right now.
and again, you know, we talk about mental health. Well, that right there, guess what? I am happy and enjoying what I'm doing. That means that is so much, you know, from a personal thing that that is great. So again, we wish you the best of luck. Before we get going, can you let everyone know one more time, where can they find you online and on social media?
Yes, you can find me on Instagram at serenitycox.official. You can find me on X at serenitycoxto. And you can find me on wifey.com, of course. And anywhere else you get your streamed adult content, you can just search for the name Serenity Cox.
All right, awesome. And any Vixen channel. Get on the Vixen
Any
channels.
Vixen
Yeah. Well, again, we appreciate it. Thank you so much for the time.
Oh, thanks for chatting with me.
Yes.
It's been good.
Enjoy the rest of your evening.
All right, maybe I'll see you at AVN.
Yes. All right. Well, that wraps up our conversation with Serenity Cox. Again, as we said, a great person. We chatted a bit prior to the interview, chatted a bit after, and she just was honest and open and genuine.
Very much.
So, again, congratulations to her on the award wins. Because again, as we said, as we talked, this conversation was recorded and happened before both award shows.
Yes.
So we talked about those, and here we are on the flip side of it with some trophies and some hardware to show for her hard work and dedication.
In a short time, really.
Yeah, exactly. So with that too, we're going to call it a wrap, and it's time to go to frickin' bed. Laundry's done from 7.5 days in Vegas. Time change. Oof, we partied a lot. We had a lot of late evenings. So work tomorrow is going to be quite fun with not much time to adjust to a time change.
And
But
at this point, we've pretty much been up for more than 24 hours.
yes, that's what a red eye will do. And you don't get more than 20 minutes of sleep on a red eye. It doesn't matter.
Nope.
So that is all. Don't forget to follow us on our social medias. Berg Couple for Fun on Twitter and Instagram. The Bergs on Facebook and Reddit. OnlyFans
No,
is... What's the OnlyFans? There's 2 of them.
there are.
Did you... Yeah, I remember that one. There's 2 of them. So, there is ours. Is Berg Couple for Fun. But then... Then...
Yes.
Mrs. has her own.
That's right.
Oh. And that is...
Mrs. Berg.
All right. So, you can catch us there as well. You can hit us up on email, thebergs@inourtub.com.
Right?
Our website is inourtub.com.
Catch us on Free Swap or...
Full.
Yeah, full Free Swap. Full Swap Radio. See, you asked me if I remember my
Free
lines.
for all swap. I mean, hey.
On
more the
Full Swap
merrier.
Radio.
Yes. Monday at 9 and Fridays at 1. And hey, keep an eye out on those social medias that's where our travel plans and the upcoming where we gonna be is gonna be. So, with that, remember to pay for your porn. Support all the wonderful, beautiful content creators and performers that we have on this show, that we know within the industry. Take care of yourself, mental health. Do what makes you keep ticking and being yourself. Remember to wrap it before you tap it. Lick it before you stick it. And until next time.
We'll keep the lights on and the tub warm for you.